Assalamu alaikum and welcome to a new video in the Thuluth script. In today's video we are going to continue with the letters, and for today's letter we are going to learn letter Saad and Dad. Now for both those two letters we are going to use the following scale. Let's assume that this is our writing line and the Saad would start from this edge over here. So from this edge we're going to take a line and we are adding 3 points in a 45-degree angle, just like this. So what this basically does is it's going to govern our movement up to the right. So this would be the length of the first up to the right move. So you're going to hold the pen this way, and when you move up with the pen, it has to have a thickness, but not too thick. Like, it has to have some thickness to it, but it's not too thick. So you're going to rotate and you're going to stop somewhere here. Now you got the peak up here by those 3 points. Now you're going to add 2 points just like this next to each other. The first one comes over here, you leave a gap, then the next one comes down to here, so that you would have the rotation that will go back into this direction. And in order to know where to stop this part also, you're going to add 1 point here, so that this will show you the curvature and how it would look like. So you stopped up here, the angle is like this. You might want to change the angle a bit so that when you stop down here it will have this edge, because if you keep the same angle it will end up being really flat like this. So stopping down here, you're going to add 0.5 point, because what happens is that you don't go back straight. No, you have to curve downwards for this 0.5 point, and then you're going to get back up just like this. Now we're going to stop here, and to know this side it is 1 point high, to know how much curvature you have here. And on the inside you've got this shape that looks like an eye with 1 point up here and 0.5 point down here. So this is what you basically do, you go around this shape. If this was a singular Saad, what you will do is that you will stop here, then you would do the same moves that we did with the scene, where you go down for 2 points, just like this, and you would finish it with a normal cup that goes down for 2 points, and it goes wide for 5 points, just like this. This might be a bit long, but yeah, you would finish it with the normal cup that we saw in the scene. So this is the Saad singular. When it comes connected, we keep the same rules with regards to going up to the right for 3 points, then rotate, then come back, just like this. And we're going to extend this a bit because it's really small. And coming back from here, we're going to rotate it downward for 0.5 point, and we're going to go up, but here we're going to go up and finish it higher than the one before, because it's connected and it has to connect to something after it. So again, this might need a bit of a space down here. This should have started rotating from this side, from over here, because this is a bit longer than 3 points, so this should have stopped here. But yeah, looks fair. And when it connects, you've got the nebula that goes the same shape as the bat, and you can connect it with whatever letter you have after it. If it was in the middle, you see this shape would continue, the curvature would be smooth and continuous, and this lower curvature up down here, this one, would be the place where it will connect. So if your Saad was coming here, was rotating back, if this was the 1 point from the writing line and the Saad would be coming from here, it will join somewhere around here. So what will happen is that you will leave your 1 point. This is a bit longer, but yeah, you would leave your 1 or 2 points, and it will connect just like we saw. So you're going up, rotate, go back, then stop, go down. That will join normally with this line down here. And you have the choice either having it connected or at the end where you're going to finish it, just like a seamlet. You could also finish it with that cut short move that ends like this. If there was a boundary here that you can't finish the letter properly. If you had a bat connected to it, you would use a bat that is 2 points of height. 1, 2. You will have your hilya here. It will go to the right, just like this. This hilya needs to be a bit bigger. And you will have your 1 point down here, where the bat would curve down, and you will have your 1 point of space between the bat and the Saad. This is what this is what I mean by leaving some distance for you to work with. Because now you're gonna have to come back from here, go up just like this, rotate back, then start doing the rotation downward that joins that, let that move, and then up. And this lower shape has to show if it was connected. So again, if you took this one, you've got 1 point here, half a point down there, 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 for the right side. So this is ba Saad. Let's continue it with a ya, and I'm going to use the long connection here like the one we did for the scene before. Ba Saad ya. And this ya I am going to connect to another Saad. That will give us the word basis. And since this is an end Saad, this shape will go up, then it will go down for 2 points. Then we will finish it with our cup for the Saad. Yeah, with practice you would get your hand more used to it. If it was a dot, the dot for the dot would come over here, be higher than the dot. And yeah, this is basically the Saad. The notes, as we said, the scale is this scale. The shape down here looks like this. You could also practice the shape by itself to have a better understanding for it, which is more or less like a bat letter. It has the same moves as a bat. And you don't have that shape that we had here. You don't have it here. Now the reason we didn't take the dot with the Saad is because both of them look different from each other. So you should try this word basis. We could also try sahih, but we have to change the pen for this one. As usual, go down a bit with the size so that we can fit the word. So we're going to start with a Saad, rotate and come back, rotate and go downward. And here we're going to connect the Saad with a ha. I'm going to use this connection. This is too much ink on the pen, so then I am going to use another ya. To connect to another ha, which will go down and hit the end of the page. But yeah, I'm going to rotate it and come back with it just like this from here, and it will continue this way. But yeah, you would have it down below here. So this is the word صحيح. As you can see, it is quite a big word, so when you write it you have to be careful about it. 1, 2, 3, end, 1, 2, end. Curvature, you've got 1 point here for the curved lower part of the Saad. Then again, with regards to the skills for the ha, you know them from the previous lessons. So yeah, you could check those. But this is to teach you how to balance your words in a way or another. And when you have several letters on top of each other, you'll be able to easily maneuver around them. Let's write dars, which in this one we are going to see the ra connected to the nabira of the dad. Again, it is the same rule. When it connects to a ra, you go up and you rotate, just like what we did for the scene, and you can have your scene up here. So this is dars, and dars means tooth, and this is the nabira for the Saad. Anyway, this is for today's lesson. I hope it's clear and easy. The Saad is a nice letter, it's a lovely letter, it's just those few notes about it. So when you start, you're holding the pen really flat like this, so that will give you a smooth transition, as you can see, smooth one. It has to start this way, and when you go up here it will turn to this one, and when you go down you might want to change the angle a bit so that it will be more vertical, because over here you will see that this one comes over here and that one, they hit somewhere here. And yeah, the lower part would be basically a ba, and it has to go down then up. Yeah, you can't have it straight, or yeah, you should give it some space to go down and up. Finally, you're going to either connect it to something after it, or have it singular by itself. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. This has been Ammar Awadi. Like, share and subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about Arabic calligraphy. And yeah, see you in the next one. Stay safe out there. Have a lovely day, evening or night. Goodbye.